All right, and we are live. Welcome everyone, Omnia Podcast, episode 4. How are you guys doing? I am Hellboy, we have Foxman, and as always, the Grumpy Gunny.
What up?
And he is grumpy.
For good reason, and it's really early for him, and he slept like 2 hours. But Omnia updates, store funds are in, stay tuned, store will be launched shortly. Waiting on just the stickers for the swag bags to be sent out now. No longer waiting on shakers. I should be picking up those from the Amazon hub shortly. There's a few things that we wanted to cover. Not a lot of game content, considering that we're in a game lull, content-wise, on a few fronts. Things are trending differently. Some things coming out. Some things to look forward to. And we always, every year, we fall in this lull at around this time, waiting and looking forward to the next games. But current games that we wanted to talk about updating before getting into streamer tips and streamer related focus. Fortnite custom matchmaking. They went and did a booth at HCS/COD Orlando, where they are able to do their own tournaments. It looks like an open, faceted way to assign people together, not by server, but just by key command. You know what I'm talking about, Foxman? So if I go, so in custom matchmaking of Fortnite now, it's not open right now. They're still working on the glitches, and they were debuting it at 8. Yeah. So you type in a key, and anyone else who types in that key on Fortnite is assigned to you or your game. Is match made.
It's just like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter does the same thing, where you have session ID keys. And then you can join a session by putting in that key, and then everyone with that key enters that session and can play with you. It's like basically your own instance of the game.
Yes, it's not taking up an entire server though, so that's so.
It's just like an instance within a server.
Yes.
Basically, they're virtualizing servers to sub-servers to what we would know for you WoW players or MMO players as an instance, and that's what they're doing. You take the key, and it gives you access to that specific instance on that server.
So, big things coming along with Fortnite. A lot of people have issues with it. Dr. Disrespect still has issues with it. A lot of it, there's...
It's too arcadey for him. It's too cartoony.
It's the points. I want to see someone get hit by my bullets. I don't want to have to look for the points for hit recognition. And I kind of agree with him on that. But Fortnite is making moves for Twitch streamers as well. Mostly on the PvE side. The PvP side will be custom matchmaking and having their own tournaments. On the PvE side, a gamer can travel throughout the worlds and the maps and things like that and collect Twitch journals that provide that gamer's followers with more in-game content and quests and access to certain things. And they're building that up as well. But that's the PvE side of everything, and that's pretty cool. But in this latest update, they also took away the PS4 to PC cross-platform that was open. Wah, 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 wah.
Did they really?
Yes. I can no longer be joined up on by Tofi and Slow Ghosted. I even tried to join up on Impulse Jinx the other day as I was on PC, he was on PS4, and it was a no-go. I couldn't see him. He just wasn't popping up on my friends list. I tried to search for him. I tried it all. And then I was in another podcast, and they were talking about it as well. Someone popped into my stream. I think Handy Kill Cam confirmed that I could not join up on PS4 anymore. So there's that. Is there anything new with Monster Hunter? Sea of Thieves is coming out with a open beta, I believe. It was open beta for Xbox.
That was this weekend. They had an open stress test beta for Sea of Thieves this weekend to break the servers. I also caveated with don't be complaining on Twitter about bugs and glitches and everything else because it was a much bigger game than the original beta. It was specifically to put a bunch of other content and other faction stuff in and for players to break the game so they could see where the breaks were and how well servers could handle that load of people going in at once. But yeah, that was what Sea of Thieves was doing. Monster Hunter has an event starting. It's a hunt event. They're putting a specific monster or a modified specific monster in, and then they're going to be running an event for killing that monster to get event specific gear and everything else. So that'll be the first like new content type addition they put in the game since its launch.
Nice.
Yep.
Another multi-platform game that everyone can play. Initial purchase, no microtransactions, with new content every month for the next 10 years. So if that, what?
You'll see.
I'll see.
Sorry.
Okay.
You reminded me.
So if that's a game that you're interested in, if you like Monster Hunter, I highly encourage getting involved in that game. It will have content you for a streamer for a very long time. It has a really nice community that I can see are very loyal. But we could talk about that next if you'd like.
Yeah, let's go ahead. So, what I was oohing about, and I just added it to our list, was Anthem. After what was it, Gamescom, they just announced that Anthem's going to be pushed back now to spring of 2019. And according to the internet, take the internet as it will, that they're pushing Anthem back because of all the pushback on microtransactions between Bungie and EA that happened this past year. After the whole Battlefront 2 fiasco, Anthem was severely pushed back, which means they're probably re-looking at the entire game economy and changing it and rebuilding it, which means that Anthem was probably going to be based around a microtransaction system. That being said, me and my friends and several other people were discussing it this week. Does that mean that Anthem was going to fall the same way as Gunny and I would talk about D1, where D1 had a bunch of content in there, but due to the Activision thing going over it and scrubbing it, they decided they didn't want it, and they wanted to push the game, and that's how the lore system came to be in Destiny and Destiny 1 and why it was so lackluster. That you had to go back and read all that other stuff is because they made them change it at the last minute and didn't want to push the game. So do you guys think Anthem's going to fall prey to D1 and you're going to get a game that overall gameplay-wise is going to be fantastic, but something's going to be missing or very lackluster due to this massive changing game?
It's too early for me.
It's too early.
Yeah, 2-3 hours.
I was right. That's what I was right, wasn't I? 2-3 hours of sleep. You didn't get your coffee?
I've already smashed the first cup, but
yes.
From what I've heard and keeping my ears to the ground on different people that track all of this stuff, a lot of the not content creators, but developers, game developers, are really starting to listen to the community because they're seeing what we as content creators are doing and seeing it hit their markets, I think. So they are paying attention. They have to pay attention because if not, you look at larger partnered streamers that have streamed this said game for a long time, and they get to the end and it's like, so, well, yeah, how about this other game everybody else is playing? Everybody else seems to be having fun with this or having fun with that. And so they move away from this mainline game that they've, been streaming, and game developers are forced to listen to their audience. If not, then you'll go away. And
Yep.
with a quickness too.
Yes. You're seeing this with a lot of games. I mean, I'm a huge COD fan, and I wouldn't come out here and say I'm disappointed with Call of Duty. It's a great COD game. It's a great boots on ground for what it is. It's thematic. It doesn't have anything new gameplay wise that we've seen. Some new graphics in games, some offerable PvP stuff and integrations with competitive, but I really think that Sledgehammer was dealt a really horrible hand when they either chose or they were told to do World War II. They could have done much better with a modern boots on ground, and you're finding like, I don't even care how the Pro League's doing. Yeah, we got this new Pro League. Yeah, we got this league over here in EU and Australia League going on over here and this and that, and I'm just like, it's a great game, but it's not a grind hard Call of Duty, and that has Activision on the fence. That has now Treyarch on the fence. Treyarch has been formally announced as a new dev team that'll be putting together the next Call of Duty, and everyone loves Treyarch stuff. The Black Ops series is amazing. But then now we're at this point where like, oh shit, we didn't want boots on the ground, and they listened to us and gave us, or no, we don't want jetpacking, and they listened to us and they gave us boots on the ground, but we're still not happy. It wasn't exactly what we wanted. So now if people are bitching or playing the game, what the fuck is Treyarch going to come out with next? Are they going to actually go ahead and listen? Probably listen, because Call of Duty hit record-breaking sales in the world for games, period. But how many streamers are streaming Call of Duty right now compared to Fortnite? Compared, how many people are playing Call of Duty compared to Division? Compared to Overwatch? Compared to a lot of these...
Fortnite, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. And, like, I enjoy Fortnite. I stream Fortnite. I don't prefer Fortnite as a game, and that's tempo for me. I want to get in. If I could get into a map and just be killing shit and being able to get in there every second, like Call of Duty, I'd be all over it. But it's just tempo for me. But these, and it's odd that as a streamer I have to account for this and know or familiarize myself with games that I may or may not like due to the trending ability of Twitch and what people enjoy, what comes out next, what's new. You have to, it's required knowledge that you have to stay up with, whether you like it or not.
Can I bring something up into that?
Yeah.
That kind of plays into a lot of what we are trying to build, develop, and create a community. And one of the biggest things that I see streamers, I say younger, and it's not age-wise younger, but newer streamers
new
struggle
boots
with is fresh meat. Is the fact that they see these big, huge mainline games and they go after them and they stream those big, huge mainline games. And the problem with that, as a younger streamer, as a newer streamer, they are competing with the partnered streamers that are pulling tens of thousands, some of the bigger streamers, into the thousands of viewers. And then they wonder why, well, how come I'm not getting any followers? Well, when you pop up and you're a newer streamer and you're in a game, you've chosen a game that has hundreds of thousands of viewers, and you have two, you and your bot, you are at the bottom of the barrel. You have put yourself in a position where you are at the bottom of the barrel. And what that does for you is you get no foot traffic. So as a streamer trying to develop your channel and to try to get your channel to grow, keep in mind, I'm not telling you don't play the game because it's not fun or because the Twitch directory kind of pushes you this direction or that direction. But keep in mind that grind may or may not be a lot harder for you if you pick that mainline game.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for Fortnite, the games like that, unless you have an already set base that's going to put you, 5, 10 up above a lot of the streamers, 15, 20, then you already have someone coming there for you as a streamer, then yeah, good to go. But you are competing with a whole lot of other people on that game that may have been streaming on that game for quite some time. On that flip side, if you enjoy it, go for it, because I do the same thing. I enjoy some Fortnite here and there. It's a little bit more relaxing sometimes. Maybe no one's on COD. Maybe no one's on Unreal Tournament or anything. And it's PUBG with Foxman or PUBG with Mass Mafia, and just doing what I enjoy with the people that I enjoy doing it with. But yeah, you drown yourself. You make it harder for yourself. And if you do enjoy those games, change it up a little bit. Try something new with a newer game community. Try a newer game that no one's really streaming a lot of, and see how high you can get up on that list, and attracting those members. Indie games are pretty good, and other streamers you can ask that have been around for a while and can attest to this, that you may get some of the more loyal followers and concurrent viewers doing smaller games that everyone has access to, but only costs a couple bucks, and they don't know whether they should get it, and they happen to see one person streaming on it, and that one person is you. And do you always do new games? I do new games on Thursdays. Check me out on Thursdays. So they check you out, on Thursdays, and then they see you Friday, and then you're doing something different on Saturday. It's all about testing different markets and providing your brand the availability to other genres within the Twitch community, other genres, sub-communities, gamers. It's just giving different kind of limelight than just Fortnite, just Destiny, just Division. And that right there is a good way to get people in more for yourself than it is the game. And also ensuring that when games die, your channel doesn't die as well. But it's a difficult to push. One of the questions when we go back more into streaming, how do you deal with negativity in stream? Not necessarily you being negative. Let's say you're having a great fucking day. Sunshine, beautiful, got breakfast made in bed, I don't know, fucking best coffee, you got the day off, snow day, you get on stream, you ready to have fun and everything, and then some assholes have a different kind of day and want to come in and poke and prod and shit. What do you do? Gunny.
Really? So we touched on this like real brief, like the last time, and we kind of touch on it every week. I think it's one of those things. It's important to kind of touch on, and how do you deal with it? We talked about it. No kidding. That next stream that I had trolls that were pushed over from another channel into my channel, and it got real to a point where they gained access to the Discord, because we try to keep an open community. Gained access through the Discord. I had an opening in my roles in my area, and
found a weakness. And they utilized it.
And they utilized it. They popped into my voice channel and Discord and dropped N-bomb repeatedly in my stream. Initially, my heart fucking stop. I oh my god, stop. I wanted to strangle them because we always tell people, just let them go, just let them do their thing. They are viewers. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it's all fun and games until somebody's dropping the N-bomb in your stream repeatedly. And then the amount of accounts that were created to gain access to that area I couldn't keep up. So in something as big and as drastic as that, the actions that I took, I dropped my bot, I dropped my notifications, I dropped because the names that they were creating that would pan across the screen, such and such has followed you now. The names were like ban worthy in themselves. So I dropped my bot, I dropped my notifications, I dropped pretty much anything. We relocated voice channel to a safe. We went to a safe place, safe space. And it changed the tone with everybody that was within the channel. However, everyone kept their cool. We had that moment of, oh my god, oh my god, what just happened? And continued to stream. And some of the loyal guys were like, no, you're good, Gunny, just keep going. Because you can see that fear, that panic, that holy shit, what do I do? And just remove the negativity. I've seen it in the chat. Remove the negativity, stay focused, and push through. If in that moment, you can't get it all done, go to intermission, go to something, pull yourself away, to get away from it as best you can, and then come back to it. I was able to, in flight, for the most part, continue on. I had mods, and it's weird because some nights I'll stream and I'll have no mods in my channel. None. They're off doing their own things or whatever the case may be. No mods. That night I had 5 mods in my channel and every one of them was busy. They were banning left and right. But the true followers and those that were loyal to my channel, they kept reinforcing and reassuring, and just moved through, pushed on. Yeah. Teraflop Games was there, and a part of him was like, good luck, dude.
Yeah.
No, actually, the touch on what Gunny's saying, and you have to look at whoever you're using for your alerts. Each company's different. Whether it's Stream Elements, Stream Labs, Muxy, a couple of the other ones. But I can speak for Streamlabs in that you can actually turn on follow, sub, dono, and bit moderation, where names like that won't pop up. It'll scan the name as the alert comes through. If it's offensive, it won't show up, or it'll change it to something non-offensive. Like, say, their name is Fucker. It'll change it to Butterflies. Or something of that nature. It has its own moderation to it. So as streamers starting out, try checking on that kind of stuff, because Gunny's not the first one, nor will he be the last one. I had the same thing happen to me, and I had to go find it, and then you're scrambling and shut off everything. So it's better to be informed now and go find that piece and get that activated than let that happen to you. Because I know I've been through that, Gunny's been through that, and it's horrifying, because you never know what's going to happen to you or the stream or what's going on. And it's always nice to just have those mods that are there for you to help you, because you as a streamer will panic in that moment, and it's good to have the mods that help back you up and take initiative and help clear that out.
And yes, a lot of newer streamers don't have mods. You have that auto mod situation. You can have it to where it will delay anything that people post in chat, so you know, no one else will see it. I mean, you're gonna have to see it, or your mods are gonna have to see it to approve it or disapprove it, or things like that. But really key is, yes, remove the negativity. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't let it bog down your day. Don't let it affect you. And that's really hard to say as an individual who cares about their content and their gaming and all that, because I've had days where it's like, oh, fucking awesome day, great, get on to play games, and then I'm on for 20 minutes, and then there's 3 or 4 trolls in there, no mods to speak of, and I'm just like getting shit talked to the whole time. You fucking suck, you're trash, and blah blah blah. Like, I have someone who's dedicated themselves to my stream. Either somebody new every stream, or the same person with several different accounts will come in within a span of 5 minutes and tell me I'm absolutely trash at the fucking game and I fucking suck. And then just disappear. And just disappear. That's it.
So
I've tried to engage. I've tried to engage this person.
Yeah. Teraflop Games was very reassuring in that moment. And this kind of will play into what you're speaking of, Hellboy, in the fact that as a streamer and a content creator, you must be doing something right for that kind of activity to be going on in your channel. Because if it's not, they're going to go find somebody that's worthy of doing those things too.
Yeah.
And Teraflop Games was with me that night, and he just kept saying, hey Gunny, hey Scott, he calls me Scotty. Hey Scotty, you must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Because this is a lot of energy being focused in your direction.
Yeah, dude. Like, every stream, you take time out of your day to just like say hi, say hi or something. Just like, I don't even know who you are, bro. Like, I tried engaging them, which is like, that's my first step. Depending on the level of severity of people being shits and just being completely Debbie Downers or whatever, engage them, ignore them, see if they reply, see if they say anything after that, see if it's just kind of them fishing. You know, I try not to feed into it. But there was one day, it's just like one person popped in, or it was the same person, and I read it, and I just kind of like, haha, ignored it. And then another account pops up, you're fucking trash. Why are you streaming this? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh, hey, what's up? Blah, 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 you know. And then I'm like, assholes. I'm just like, no one's deleting any of this stuff. So I go and I delete it. And then another fucking username pops up. Get off the game, you fucking suck. Like, all right, now I am affected. I am upset. I was having a great fucking day, and you guys ruined my fucking day. And now I'm just sitting here, not even wanting to look at the fucking chat, not just looking at the game, like, yo, fuck, assholes, man. like,
something that I've seen, and it kind of plays into this, you know, is there a time to pull yourself away from your stream? If you're gaming, you're in that good mood and things are going great. Teraflop is one, and I'm gonna keep name dropping his ass. He's one. He'll come in, hey, what's up? Oh, great day, you know. Oh yeah, and the mood and the tone is great, and we get into game for 5 minutes, and we get the trolls in the game, the in-game trolls. The guys that as soon as you get to, for the division, you get to an extraction, you shoot off your extract fucking beacon, and you're sitting there and you're like, yes. And all of a sudden a team of 4 rogues come in and wipe your ass all over the map. And you're like, fuck. Okay, no big deal. It's cool. Let's get our shit. We'll go to another extract. Shoot off your beacon and get wiped out again. And about the second or third time is when Teraflop goes, fuck it, I'm walking away. And he'll set his controller down. I can hear him. I think it's setting it down.
I think it's setting it down.
Yeah, you can hear the clank on the desk of the controller, and he takes a break. He walks away. I don't need to. I don't get that pissed off at it, I guess. But is there a time and a place to set the controller down? If you're getting trolls, that in-game trolls, set the controller down. Walk away from it, because it's putting you in that mood, and your viewers, your content, they can see it.
Mm-hmm. And it affects them.
There's nothing wrong with being
real.
Yeah, with being real. Absolutely. Everybody hates that. And I had viewers last night in my stream, tonight's not the good night, because every extract, they got wiped. Every time they turned around, they got wiped. And like I told NX, hey, I look at it as a learning experience. What works? What doesn't work? What can I do to better this or that in the gun battle? If it's 2v4, and we've even had them to where there's been nights where we get the best of them to a point where they will multi-group against us. And again, it turns into I guess you're doing things right. If they turn and group up together into at least 3 squads, 2 3-man teams to take on 2 or 3 people, must be doing something right. When is that time appropriate to set the controller down? Get up, take a break, put your stream in intermission, walk away for a second, take a deep breath, mute yourself, because your stream can hear you.
Yeah. And you don't want to say something you're going to regret, because we all say things when we're mad. So, no, take a break. It's really key to know when your mood's been affected like that, and to not let it affect you. And when it does, because it's only human that it will, go intermission, be right back, screen. Don't disappear for too long. Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't there a length of time limit on intermission or be right back, or not having actual game content while streaming? There's a TOS on that, isn't there? Fox, man. Breaks in
there
a way.
Used to be. Yeah, there is. I just don't know the exact timeline, but there is a time frame where if you're not broadcasting what you say you are, whether it's games or creative
15
or
minutes
IRL,
used to be what it used to be.
It might still be 15 minutes that they can go and actually shut your stream down for non-broadcasting of appropriate material or whatever.
Yeah, they can report you if you haven't been there within 15 minutes and you're still streaming and all that stuff. Yeah, and that was put in place because people would just start up stream and just keep it going as chat and doing nothing, absolutely nothing, just to keep those numbers there and going and stuff like that. So if you do take a break, 15 minutes, that's your limit. If you want to go longer, if you just start it up and you're like, nope, we'll retry this later, and then end it, whatever. I don't advise you to. You're going to want to stream for longer than an hour to make sure you have enough time for viewers to get to you, but 15-minute break, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, go take a piss, but step away. Remember that it's just a game and they're just trolls, and you were still having a really good day up until then.
Yep. Actually, if you don't mind, going back to Anthem, we talked about a little bit, but Anthem being BioWare's next follow-up after what was deemed a failure in Mass Effect Andromeda, do you think if Anthem fails, BioWare is going to fail as a company?
Yes. It's been way too long for them to not fail.
And then, do you think, both of you, I mean, Gunny, so let's answer the...
Mass Effect 2 was nice. Mass Effect 2...
Effect 2 was great, but the day EA bought BioWare is when they started failing.
Yeah. Andromeda was an epic failure.
Mass Effect 3 was an epic failure.
Yep.
It was the finish of the Shepard timeline, but any true Mass Effect fans, that 1 and 2 were fucking amazing, and 3 was a failure. I mean, 3 was a good close off of the storyline. Don't get me wrong; it closed the story of Shepard.
And I think that's why they're really hesitant on putting Anthem out, is that they know if they aren't successful to a certain degree. I mean, their success is measured in different ways than what we would think. Call of Duty is not, we don't think, is a very successful game because no one really wants to play or stream it in our realm. But on their realm, they're making more money than anybody. Anthem is probably going to ensure that they're able to, one, not piss off their community, to be able to make enough money to keep BioWare afloat and not, be the ultimate failure of the company. And I think that's why they're pushing it back. They're hesitant.
Because being allowed to push. Oh, go ahead. My bad, Gunny.
No, you're good.
I was going to say, now that BioWare is pushing, and it's clearly BioWare doing the pushing of Anthem, do you both think that this is part of the negotiations post Andromeda of the timeline, where BioWare went back to EA and said, this is it. You're not controlling our timelines anymore. We control our timelines on our games, and we create the games we want.
Yeah, well, especially with timelines and time restrictions, delve into the quality of product that they're going to be able to provide. And if they are restricted in a timeline where they think they can't provide that product to their consumers, I would be pretty pissed too. Like, dude, you're telling us to do 2 years worth of work in a year and a half? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
I think that's important to understand as game consumers, because as content creators, that's what we are, is a game consumer. It's important to understand that there's a lot more to game development than just a push the button, make it go. And I think that the market right now is in a really, really weird or viable spot for the fact that content creators are pushing products. Video game consumers are looking to us to see what the next big thing is and to get a feel for what's going to be the next big thing, what's going to be the next funness, what's going to be the next thing. And the big companies are saying, hey, we want this and we want it now. And then you have game developers that are like, hey, wait, program that it doesn't work this way. Like, you don't just, the amount of effort to program a character to pick up a box and move said box across the room could take hours upon hours of programming. And owning company, they don't care. So I think we're in a really weird, sticky place right now because of the fact that consumers, we want it and we want it right now. And when we get it, we want a polished, nice, complete project, a complete game, and not some DLC content. And so the middleman is in there pounding away at the keyboard and then going, wait, stop. I can't do this. So I think it's really vital right now for everybody to kind of be patient. I think the more we are in that mode of instant gratification as consumers, the more we continue to get shit. The more we continue to get games that disappoint, the more we get that crap product. And the more that these big companies continue to push crap products because of the fact that they can push those crap products, we're going to buy them and they make money, but the middleman, they're stuck and they get all the blame. Everybody hates on those guys. But That's my two cents.
No, and
Patience.
I agree, but with the clear half-minute rewrite, something in the game after the Battlefront fiasco, which naturally leads us to speculation that it had something to do with microtransactions. Do you think if Anthem comes out and it's lackluster and or dare we say fail, or do you think it's going to fail? Do you think it's going to be another Andromeda with the rewrite and it's going to come out, it's going to be lackluster because it's going to be missing that content like you're saying? You know, they took, was it 4 years on it now? 3.5, 4 years total for Anthem?
Mhm.
Do you think it's going to come out and be a failure? Because now they're back to the drawing board with less than a year to launch.
I would assume that the meat and potatoes of the game and the entertainment aspect of the game is not the failure part. If it's the microtransactions, it's all about how are they going to attach that content to making more money. So the content, I think, is there. They just have to finagle how they're going to suck more money out of you. And where there's a will, there's a way. But if they have been, content driven for the last 3.5 years, 3 years, 4 years, I think it'll be easy for them within a year to be successful in finding a workaround microtransactions. Do I hope that they find a workaround around microtransactions? No. It's just people looking for more avenues to suck more money from gamers like us.
And that's I think that's part of the problem is like nobody wants microtransactions. However, it seems to be the popular thing. When you look at the public information for Activision and Bungie, the fact that they made $4 billion, you can't ignore that. Like as a big business or a big company, you cannot ignore the fact that that's the ability of your content, your ability of even crap content. Everybody looks at Destiny 2 and goes, "Oh, it's horrible. It's just horrible." They made $4 billion on microtransactions. $4 billion.
But
Like,
also on
that's-
that legal
that's
side
a-
is like gaming addiction, purchase addiction, gambling addictions, and then the legal side, they're trying to keep companies from being able to take advantage of people who are these, whales of the market that will purchase all these items that just have jobs just to buy in-game microtransaction stuff. So you're going to start seeing over the year a good and bad and defining line on microtransactions and what's allowed and what's not allowed when it comes to providing content and having people pay for content. But it's stop fucking paying it. $4 billion on nothing. Literally nothing. Skins in Fortnite. D2. Come on. I don't know.
to make your character look cool.
Literally
Because the
nothing.
And
Go ahead.
I think that's where Anthem's coming in with their microtransactions, because I noticed in a tweet Thursday from BioWare, and BioWare was asking for graphic artists and animation designers to tweet them for possible job opportunities to design armors and gear sets for Anthem. So that has me kind of concerned that maybe what they're looking at is, yeah, that's hilarious. I watched that whole thing. That maybe they're looking to hire these artists to design microtransaction cosmetic armors and stuff, or skins that you can put over your armors.
Wow.
Hey.
Goodbye. Yeah. No, and it's
no.
aesthetic appearances.
And that's
It has to be.
with that though, Fox, man, I see from a different direction the fact that they're posting out to social medias. Hey guys, anybody want to design some stuff? Like, wait a second.
You're EA BioWare. You don't have enough artists as it is.
Wait. Time out. Who's sitting in the studio?
It's empty, bro. It's empty.
Wait, time out. You mean you need to hold on, let me get a pad. I'll be right back.
I mean, even we have designers. Come on now.
Can I fax you these drawings that I got?
I'm thinking, I mean, it could be a two-factor thing. It could be they have the designers opening a door to small-scale designers, possibly. Just maybe that they're doing that because they are looking at doing some kind of massive amount of skins at some kind of store for some kind of stupid dollar amount. But they're going to have to do some heavy control because, I mean, if you're having community-designed art in a game, then you're going to run into issues where who's going to hide what on the armor? Who's going to hide what in the color pattern? Where if you're not looking carefully, is there going to be that phallic-shaped object? Are you looking closely? Is there going to be that racist symbol hidden somewhere?
And even when there's not, Destiny ran into that. Somebody had correlated a armor piece to
it was a online only hate group. But the thing is, it was something that really, unless you knew about the true butthole of the internet, which is 4chan, you had no idea what this was. No one did. Until the one 4chaner who was playing the damn game goes, man, that looks just like that hate group on 4chan's logo. And then they went and looked up and, oh shit, it is the exact same logo as that hate group on 4chan.
And it looked to be, but I don't think it had any correlation to it. I think it was one of those like, whoa, wait, who did that? Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to.
Too scared to fart. I don't control my audio. All the audio you hear from me is coming through Hellboy's PC main.
Yeah, you keep messing around with your amp or your mixer or your gain on your side, so I'm having to like lower it,
I haven't
raise
touched
it,
at all.
Shuffle it around the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. They've been doing it this whole time.
Volume
I'm
down,
not touching
volume
anything.
up.
I've literally just been sitting here.
I have you at 19%, bro.
My mixer's over there and haven't fucking touched it once.
There, you're down to 15% now.
It has to be Discord then.
You're down to fit. Like, I'm getting yelled at too, people. They're all in my ears. Like, but I'm ensuring that you guys can hear it and the recording can hear it. And it sounded loud in my head. But no.
Yeah, I think it's important that, because you do bring up a good valid point, Fock, man, in the fact that you get these artists, going at it. And some of them are going to be doing legitimate work and trying to, put together something that is a good product. But then you're going to have those 2 or 3 turds in there trying to float things that shouldn't be in there. And so who's doing quality control? Wait, could I get a job doing that? Is that what this is? I'd take a job at quality control and sit and look at all the artwork and go, no, yep, that's good. No,
Yep.
That's not.
Yep.
Oh, wait, but I can't read code, so I guess I'm out again. Damn it.
Well, with the artwork, you don't have to read code because most of those skins come into like a flat 2D image with it all folded out, so it looks right. And it's then once the design is approved, it goes and gets inputted into the game and wraps around and creates the 3D image around that artwork.
Yeah, it's pointers. Each image, so like a character will have, let's say this is the left hand, and then they'll have the whole image that will wrap around a 3D model, but certain pointers, whether it be as descriptive or as, definitive as the fingers or just the hand and their movements. And if anyone's ever worked with character animation and worked with just like 2D stuff, it's the same aspect, but just on a 3D rendering scale. So if I have an arm, there's definitely a point in an elbow where everything's going to move and rotate at a certain factor. And different movements will require different graphics versus, just waving at someone takes stupid shit. But
Don't do it, Foxman.
it's a lot easier with a lot of the programs coming out though nowadays, because even Adobe has a 2D iOS CQL or SQL game builder. You can literally create your own characters. If you have the Adobe Cloud, you can create your own characters, create your own backdrops in game, and then create your own game that you can then submit to Android store, Apple store, or have as your own. And that's available to the public. These programs and tutorials and learning how to do all this stuff is available to the public. So there is a lot of automation that I see nowadays in comparison to when I was going to school for computer science fucking 2 millennia ago. The things that I was learning from basic, this is how you do this is how you do this, is now all automated. Oh yeah, you just get this program, click this button, it does it for you. It's like, what? And that's, hand math versus calculator math. It's kids know how to find the answer, they just don't know how everything's working behind the scenes.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Mobile gaming is very easy optimized, and has access to everyone, and is increasingly more and more popular, even with analytics of PC games. Everyone's got a phone or an iPad and is able to download all these games and have access to it. But more people are buying into advertisement on mobile games, creating communities on mobile games. My girlfriend's a part of a guild. and I has been for months, and I had is a badass village fighter. I have no idea. But what?
Killer Dreams asked, and I'm super curious while you're talking about what the hell is ASMR?
ASMR is the sounds that simulate the senses in which you become engaged at an erotic level. Look it up.
Got it. Well, and Killer Dreams once again. Shh. Hush about that.
Yeah. Well, why the fuck couldn't we have it on iTunes Store? I have an Android. Let's talk about that. Streamlabs OBS updates. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So the new previews out, which is preview 0 for 8.11. 8.11 brings in the much anticipated stream delay that I know Hellboy's like, thank God.
Yes.
So they're bringing stream delay in, and the next preview build, which will be preview 1, it's either going to be 1 or 2, will have folders for your sources. So you can put all your sources into a folder and collapse it down. So you can say all your audio into one folder, collapse it down. All your imagery into one folder, collapse it down. All your capture devices in one folder, collapse it down. So instead of having this long list of sources, you have 3 sources folders, and you can just change your folders around. And you have multi-drag. You have multi-transform to a certain extent. You have it right now in 10, but it's a little bit more robust in 11, where you can click on multiple objects and move them around on stream, so you don't have to move one thing at a time. So they're getting closer and closer to the full OBS base standards, plus with the Electron front end. But what Killer Dreams is talking about, Streamlabs has a new beta that's going out. It wasn't really hush-hush because I guess they did publicly post it in the Streamlabs OBS Discord, asking for 100 people to join a trial beta. And what they're coming out with is Streamlabs OBS Mobile 2.0. There's already a Streamlabs OBS on phone right now for streaming video games on your phone or whatever, and it's pretty robust.
What does the beta do? Why am I going to need another program on another device?
The beta is going to tie in to your computer via the network and act like a Stream Deck. So you'll be able to operate the PC version of Streamlabs OBS with your phone. Like change your scenes, do X, do Y, do Z, whatever.
Foxman, wake the fuck up, man. Wake up. You sound like Dry eyes for dry eyes and clear eyes. Apply direct.
Thank you.
I understand everything that you're saying, and you're very descriptive and you're very knowledgeable about what you say. But the thing is that a lot of our viewers, that's something I'd like to hear in a description. I'd like to hear from you, but our viewers are like, what the fuck is he on about? Okay, there's a beta. What does it fucking do? Give me the layman's of laymen. It's not my end.
You'll have what? Yeah, I have a crazy level of beeping. I'm trying to figure out why. I
Okay.
figured out what it is though.
So in layman's terms, you're gonna have a remote control to your Streamlabs OBS. You'll be able to skip. You'll be able to switch scenes. You'll be able to do alerts, and essentially they're taking some of the necessity for items like Stream Deck away from having to purchase an actual Stream Deck. You'll be able to do some things that a Stream Deck allows you to do by just having this program on your phone or this program on your iPad, but it will not have all the integrations and frills and things that a Stream Deck can do yet.
Don't know the level of integration yet. The beta is still pending approval by Google. They're doing Android first because it's harder to develop on Android. So once Android is complete, they can easily transfer to iOS, and it'll be good to go. But I'm not
like
sure.
Every fucking thing else.
Well, Android is also the larger market share. But I'm not 100% sure at what level the integration is going to be. I'm hoping it's also audio control and all that kind of stuff, which would be pretty sweet.
Sweet. That'll be pretty cool. But it sucks it's only on Android. I understand why beta is only on Android and iTunes keeps a tighter knit on things, but
Okay, I want to answer this question that Dope Mel just asked too. As a tech support guy, this is one of the hardest questions for me because it's extremely painful. Can Slobs work with Stream Deck yet? Ask Elgato. We, as Streamlabs OBS, do not control the software for the Stream Deck. It has nothing to do with Streamlabs OBS whatsoever. It has everything to do with Elgato integrating with it. If Elgato doesn't write the software to talk to our software, there's nothing we can do. We can't write script and firmware for a device that's controlled by their proprietary software. So go to Elgato's website and vote for them to work on the integration.
So
this has to be on the Elgato side.
So the same aspect, one of the issues with the dragging the feet on the store is that we have a Squarespace. Squarespace is able to provide a store, but we have a company that also automates all of our orders and makes everything per order, and we don't have to buy into a bulk or anything like that. That company then has integrations to all these other stores except for Squarespace right now. That company wants to have an integration with Squarespace and would like to be integrated with Squarespace so their users could use, like Squarespace could use the site for the website, the store, and all these automations and stuff. But Squarespace is dragging their fucking feet. Is not addressing the issue, not looking into it, not even creating, not even posting, not even saying, yes, this is what we're working on. And that leaves other people like, what the fuck? Now I have to create something different and reintegrate that because you're just dragging your feet on this integration. But a lot of people are going to Printful and being, hey, why can't I do this? Why can't I do it? Printful's sitting there in their forums the whole time. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to talk to Squarespace. We're doing everything we can. We've sent as many messages as possible, but if they don't do anything, we can't integrate with them. And it's a frustration, especially for content creators and entrepreneurs who are trying to provide on these platforms to make that cost a little bit less. We pay for a Squarespace site that provides us with a store. Why am I going to go out and pay for another store just because we need this automatic integration? It's fucking bullshit. But the things that we are limited to and have to work around. Crazy. Random Hero coming in hot with a rating party of 5. How was your stream? Thank you very much. And that's where patience and then having the knowledge of everything around comes in hand and comes useful, knowing what people have to do in order to get things done. What?
Gunny, don't look at Doom's kitty like that.
What? Gunny? What?
Do you read chat?
Yeah, it turned 7 going at it in chat. Talking about licking Gunny's lips. I mean, he does call himself BB. He is their BB. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I occasionally look at chat. Occasionally.
Yo, random hero. That's good. Hope you had a good time. Moving on.
All right. So another thing that I wanted to touch on, and I find that a lot of streamers, especially starting out, tend to forget, or they get sucked into just worrying about their content or the quality of their content and things like that, is making the most out of your content. How do you make the most out of that one stream? How do you make the most out of the gameplay that you have, the limited gameplay? Let's say you have a certain schedule where you can only stream so often. Castor Troy, Shamik, other people, JD the Alien has been really busy with work. Mass Mafia has been busy with school, and it's hard to be able to sit down and stream and set up and do all that stuff. But what can you do as a content creator on Twitch that will get more of that content out there, or more limelight on the already made content you have? Everyone archives their broadcasts so people can go and check it out. But I'm specifically talking about, taking a few minutes and going back into your past broadcasts and and I'm going to take that goddamn sword away from you, Seven, if you keep it up. I literally gave you that sword because there was some questionable stuff in chat and I needed someone to moderate, and now you're adding to the bullshit. All right, so Castor Troy, yeah, Castor Troy's still around. He's still streaming. But how can you, as a content creator, with the available resources out there, make more of that content? Go back and, when you have time, highlight a good game. Highlight, a good match. A raid. Highlight something that everyone was having fun. Maybe you didn't win. Take some clips. Auto tweet within Twitch. You can tweet out those clips as soon as you clip them. You can send them out to multiple different platforms to get that same content that you already made out there. And that's another view on your analytics. That's getting that content and that brand out there more. You can highlight things and then auto export to YouTube. You don't have to be fancy about it. I have a channel. I have a playlist within my channel on YouTube that is just stream highlights. Oh, me and K-Dog had a good game and COD. Boom. Oh, we got a win on Fortnite. We'll just send that up. Oh, I do the same thing with the Omnia Podcast, and when we get them,
retweet it,
tweet it out, retweet it out, highlight it, and when you highlight it and it's uploaded, that gets tweeted out. Export it to YouTube. YouTube has a feature that auto tweets as soon as anything is uploaded. That tweets it out. All these different platforms that are auto integrated and there for you to help you get your content out there. You can do that for just that one stream. And that helps that marketability. That helps get your content out on other platforms and doesn't take any more work than just a couple clicks of a button. It doesn't. And that's a part that I'm going to be filling up and addressing in the knowledge base. We have covered some new stuff in the knowledge base, getting started, some helpful hints, from Gunny on color, picking your color for your logo and your brand, what emotion, what's more marketable, what sells more. We have things like, PC streamers versus game, console streamers. What do they what do they have to worry about versus setup, CPU, GPU usages, hardware, PS4 people for hardware and Elgato, external devices, anything you can think of. But a lot of it's just the collective that we've learned. And I see people get on and just stream. I ask for you guys to send me your Twitch clips to try to get you more involved with getting your content out. Now it's just clicks of buttons to tweet out more than just your going live. Some highlight tweets. It's just a click of a button to highlight your past broadcasts on a great match or a fun time or a period and get that out there. Export it to YouTube. Export it to whatever platform you want. You can even announce things automatically on Instagram. You can automate announcements through Hootsuite, through Crowdfire. There's many other applications out there that can just...
Ooh.
Hootsuite?
Hootsuite's a Twitter control platform, same as Buffer, but...
Can I get another 24 hours to add into the day?
Yeah, right? I know. Well, and that's the thing, is that people are sitting there like, oh my God, you're asking me to do so much more. It's a little bit of a setup. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but it automates things for you. It makes it to where you can do things now and schedule it for later while you're at work, while you're moving, while you're, going grocery shopping, while you're doing all this other stuff. You can schedule those tweets and that content and those posts. So while you're busy at work doing other stuff, you're still relevant. You're still posting content out there. And that'll be touched up on the knowledge base. But you gotta utilize the content that you're making and find ways to make more of that content without having to just keep streaming. It's very mundane. Keep streaming. Throw something in there. Change up the routine. But clips, highlights, uploads, exports, premieres, all kinds of stuff. You guys really need to work on it. Really, really need to work on it.
Right, I'll get it. God.
And I will be providing some information in the knowledge base for you.
My clips just suck, because right now I'm playing Monster Hunter, and that's not really a clip-worthy game.
No, the clips are, 30 minutes each? Because those battles seem to...
Like fucking 45 minutes each. And that's if you don't faint a million fucking times fighting the same monster for 20 different matches. And you spend, 6 hours trying to kill the same fucking monster.
Yeah.
That's what I'll clip, is when I rage because the monster doesn't die and I faint, or someone faints and kills the mission, and I just break a controller and walk away.
Yep.
Intellectual property rights. Saved this one for last.
Where's my decaf? I'm not even awake yet.
Where's your decaf? Intellectual property refers to creations of the mind, inventions, literary and artistic works, and symbols, names, images used in commerce. Intellectual property is divided into 2 categories. Intellectual property includes patents for inventions, trademarks, industrial designs, geographical indications. What does this mean to you as the streamer? It's a general term of assignment of property rights through either copyrights, trademarks. These property rights allow the holder to exercise monopoly and use of the item for a specified period. Okay. So, what I'd like to state first and foremost is that Omnia Stream Solutions is incorporated. Each streamer can incorporate themselves and can be their own business. They can trademark themselves. They can go through the proper avenues to do that, to ensure that no one is stealing their property, using their property for their personal gain. With new Twitch TOS, it is stated that you can't use anyone else's content, property, with or without their knowledge, approval, acceptance, authorization. So, that being said, we have some intellectual right property mumbo jumbo in our terms of service. All that does is cover our ass so that when we go to use your clip in Twitch Clip of the Week or a montage or YouTube, that it is simply stating that you've allowed us to use your content and market that with our content. If somebody is out there using your content without your approval, your logo, your brand, and without approved knowledge prior to doing so is wrong. It's against TOS, and that is your content, and that is your character being represented in a way that you may or may not want. You have the ability to ask, report, defend your Twitch content from other Twitch streamers and their content and or communities. To take legal action, you have to be trademarked, copyrighted, incorporated outside of Twitch. Within Twitch, it is against their TOS to use content from other people without their approval, so you can report them. That being said, I recommend that people copyright themselves or incorporate themselves. You know, all I see is Gunny's face in the top right-hand side, and I can't even see chat, but I have to look at chat. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out either. What the fuck, guys?
Why do you do that?
Like, seriously.
So going on to that,
Why do you bring this up? Why is that a big deal?
the big deal is if outside of Omnia you want to protect your stuff, I highly recommend all streamers. It doesn't take much. You create some kind of entertainment company to protect yourself. Don't just be Foxman 150. Don't just be Gunny Sargent. Don't just be Hellboy. Like, for me, it's running Fox Entertainment. You had to create some kind of side project because it doesn't just protect you intellectually as a company. It protects you financially too. So for some reason, something happens, it's a registered business, so you can separate that income from personal income and everything else. That's just my 2 cents. You take it as you want.
Why does it come up is because recently it was brought to our attention that somebody had broken off and created their own community, was representing our intellectual property rights as their own without our approval, our logos, public access, links to Twitch in association with their community, which is wrong. They're not doing so anymore that I think of. That I know of. I have to double check, but it's people who see that you are successful. Gunny is successful. Gunny's brand is successful. Gunny's brand and character attracts people. Foxman's character attracts people. Hellboy attracts some sort of person. And when people when people have less success and want to leech off that or create something in their own to bring limelight to that, political advances can be made, but without approval, you can't do it. You can't do it. So as you become more successful, these are things that you're going to have to worry about as people using your logo without your authorization. And you have to know what to do, how to protect yourself, and how to conduct yourself in the best way possible to ensure your brand doesn't get diminished and or you don't cause any more issues, and what needs to be done gets done. That being said, tact. This is something I wanted to touch on because of the issues that happened within Omnia over the last week-ish.
Tact is not a strong point for me.
Right. And it's...
I am not very tactful, and I am not for multiple reasons. If you cannot take what I tell you, not my problem. That's your problem. Which in the military, it had worked for some things, but for other things, not so much. So tact for me is one of those difficult things, and it's really bad from my standpoint, because as a person, I try to stay away from that persona of what some perceive as a gunnery sergeant. And most people see them as a knife handing, raw kind of person. I can be that way. However, I don't like to be that way. I try to help everybody and do those things that were, me as a person, not just as a gunnery sergeant. So the tact thing, being able to tell someone that, stop. You don't hear me the first time, it'll get ugly, and it's not cool.
I bring this up more in that sense too, but everybody has an opposing view. Everybody has their opinion, and we work within a platform that has certain guidelines, restrictions, code of conduct that restrict us from being all out dickheads for the most part. I'm very hard to deal with tact too. You rub me the wrong way coming out the gate, and I have to walk away. Otherwise, I'm gonna blow up, and it's just gonna spiral, and I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. So I have to step back a lot of the times and look at the situation and know what I can and I cannot say, and how can I best convey my point within the rules, regulations, code of conduct that's given to me. There's a lot of opinions out there that I agree or disagree with, but it's how they were brought up, how they conducted themselves, how they presented their argument, and it's a very political sense. And some people know, and then are in stream right now, like, damn, I understand what you said. I agree with the point, but you went about it the wrong fucking way, bro. and some of it is individuals know that they're just frustrated. They know they're kind of in the moment, and they just want to prove that point because they feel very fervently on what their opinion is or what the topic is. But you have to take a breather and step back and be like, how can I convey this and without looking like a dumbass, without looking like a dipshit? How can I convey this and get my point across so that people are listening to me and understanding more so than just in shock and awe that I'm saying the words that I'm saying or doing what I'm doing? How can you be more of an effective individual at opening people's eyes to a different way of thinking if out the gate you're just going to be completely offensive? It's hard for me to take someone's feelings into account on a topic or situation when that said individual has complete disregard for the Twitch community and the community or the viewers' feelings that they're trying to address. You lose all ground. You lose a leg you can stand on when when you dig yourself a hole like that. You want to put yourself above the situation or above the topic and then look at it and talk about it very objectively. But tact, it's you see it a lot. And you have to know tact well, especially with dealing with topics of discussion that will bring up a lot of limelight, good or bad. There are two topics that I stay away from. Two topics. When I was a little kid, my mother told me, if you want to keep friends, you want to make friends, there are two things you don't talk about. Gunny knows this because he even explained it to me. He's like, you do not talk about politics and religion.
Politics, never.
Unless you are man enough to be able to objectively understand someone's point of view and tactfully have a conversation with them on a platform that you're secure with. You don't. You're gonna be bringing more haters and trolls and more people who think against the grain than you are going to be attracting with the grain. if you can understand what I'm saying at all. You're going to be more people are going to be opt to talk against you, argue with you, than they are to stand beside you and agree with you. And that's the day and age that we live in. And Gunny even brought it up earlier. He's like, why is it the fuck that when I say something, everyone gets so fucking uppity and defensive? I'm not attacking anyone, just having a conversation. I have a question. And unless you have that, don't take things emotionally, don't get offended. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about religion.
It's
Yeah,
fairly
and
simple.
it is simple. And knowing your platform. And I say knowing your platform because I've talked religion and politics in my home with friends. I've talked religion and politics with friends at work, and it's really weird because most people cannot do that for a magnitude of reasons or a multitude of reasons. The first thing is the fact that most people are so devoted to their personal views and their personal beliefs that when someone brings an opposing view in, they make it personal because it's against what you say or it's against something that you personally believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a personal attack. It's personal against me because they don't agree with me. And because of that, you have to be careful. If you ever talk about those two subjects, ever, but then to bring those subjects into a realm of we're in Twitch, we're in an IRL, and to bring those subjects into that realm of the internet, you have to know your audience and you have to know where you're sitting, so to speak. And to bring those into the internet, bro, there are a lot of haters. Lots.
You have to not get offended. You have to not be able to take it personally. If you're going to make a stance and create a platform where there's discussion about something, you have to take a very objective view on it. And Vaposaur / Fisticuffs / whatever he changed his name to, he for a little while he did Saltcast, where he literally mediated a discussion with the viewers on topics. He helped argue for and against certain topics, and he understood and never took anything personally. And when people would take things personally and get trollish or go out of hand or talk over or just, blatantly just argue for not the betterment of the discussion or providing a point of view, he'd just ban him. But he never took offense to anything. He always enjoyed everyone's views that created the conversation and never took anything personally, whether he agreed or disagreed with it. And he knew going into it that people are going to want to tell me their opinions, and they're going to want to argue their points, and this is going to create some sort of platform of open discussion, of mediating. And he did it really well because he didn't get offended, and people who got offended, he reminded them, hey, there are different views out there, good or bad, agreeing or disagreeing, but you need to know what the arguments are. You need to see the whole story. Let me provide you the whole story. But he talked about politics here and there, had to because of Trump, but he never talked about religion per se. Never talked about religion. And I think that's more on a personal level. It would hit more close to home for him. But that's someone who knew where they stood, what they could put up with and what they couldn't put up with.
Absolutely. And you have to as someone addressing an issue of nature, using that tact, being able to say, hey, cut it out. Hey, that's enough. Hey, stop.
ban them.
To some degree, have you put yourself into that predicament?
Yeah.
To some degree, have you created the atmosphere that will bring the controversy? If you have, then
You weren't ready for it then.
you're not ready. If you're not ready, then where lies the problem? And I think it's very important to understand, your temper and intent. What's your temper and intent? Where are you coming from, and why is it that you're choosing to pick this topic, so to speak? So utilizing that tact, do what you can, remove yourself from the situation, let them know, hey, got it, don't, but did you do it?
Did you ask for it? Did you create the platform that then invited issues that you were not comfortable with or you were not ready to deal with? And that is that objective view as a content creator that you have to take and sit back and look at. And we all have to do it every now and again. Like, oh shit, maybe that wasn't a good decision. With a lot of trials, there's a lot of errors, and you have to be able to objectively look at your content and what you're doing and think about what Gunny said, temper and intent. Boxman, what do you think?
I think you're right. To a certain extent, I think you should be able to talk about and do whatever you want without feeling like you're attacked. But at the same time, if you have an opinion on something, you have to understand that there's a counter or opposing position to everything you have in a position to. And if you're going to go there, you have to be able to either defend it fervently or be able to objectively listen to the other opinion and understand the merits and the warrants of their side. Everyone on Twitch, everyone on the internet comes from a different background. And that background shaped their views and points to everything. A lot of us in the military are going to be pro-gun. And we're not going to get into that in chat. I'm just going to say that. And you're going to have the people that aren't. They have the right not to be. We have the right to be. We're in the land of the free. We have a right to our opinions. We have a right to our views. Does that mean that we can't be debated on our views? Does that mean we can't be argued at about our views? No. We have to be able to have that discussion. Without that discussion, there'd be no progression in the world. And you as a person need to be able to have that conversation if you're going to open yourself up to that and be able to objectively look at that other side, because you as a person won't be able to advance or be open enough to learn if you're not willing to hear both sides of the subject. And somewhere in between, you're going to find the truth, and maybe it changes your view, maybe it doesn't. Either way, you have to be able to listen at least and have that conversation and understand where both sides of the platform are, so you can be objective and understand everyone, to be more open to people.
Yeah, don't tell me to listen to you if you ain't gonna listen to me, bro. I give you the time to talk, and you give me the time to talk. That's a mutual respected understanding our point of views. We do have comedic mutes if we want, but for the most part, if I agree or disagree with anything, I give you the respect of at least hearing and understanding where you're coming from. Or accepting defeat. Like, oh wait, you're touching on something I have no idea about. Let me go read a book. Let me go do some research. Let me go educate myself. Let me go experience some of the stuff that you're talking about, because now I'm a little uncomfortable and iffy on the discussion, and I don't feel like I have stable ground to stand on. So let me take a few steps back, and then we'll readdress the situation or this topic at a different time. And I've had to do that with Gunny. I'd be like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me look at that.
I mean, you're right. And one thing, especially on the internet, you need to be able to say, I don't know. Do not try bullshitting someone in chat that's asking you a question about something, or you're having a conversation about a topic and you don't know the answer, but you try kind of working it around it or wordsmithing it to make it sound like you do. If
Google's right there.
You are going to get roasted. Learn how to Google.
GTS. Google that shit. GTS.
Yes, you're right. And going all the way back to the tech support side, this is the same thing. I run into this every single day. Someone asks a question because they can't Google something that's super simple, or they can't even look at your FAQ, and you refer them to the FAQ. And I read it. My problem's not there. Did you read it? Yeah, it's not there. look at issue number 2. That's the exact problem you're having. Is not that wasn't there 5 minutes ago. It's been there for 3 months.
Okay.
But you know what I
Kai?
mean.
Anyone see Kai's message?
I
I did. I think we could discuss that in off stream.
I mean, I was ready to discuss it now.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's been long enough. I think the emotions have cooled that it's okay to discuss openly as an open organization. It's our members' right to know what's going on.
Yeah. For the most part, Kai, of all people, there's a lot that's been going on behind the scenes. A lot of moving parts, a lot of issues, a lot of things threatening the community and the sub brands and genres and the workings and the likes and dislikes that we have to deal with. But Lift Heavy was... He asked for an admin or a mod position, and he wasn't very active when he asked for this position a long time ago. He had some family issues, some work issues, and then he left, and then he came back, and now he's been way more active, streaming a lot more. We made the decision to need people to apply as admin because we need more people to actually do stuff. During that time frame, he applied, and Too Scared applied, Anna applied, Blue Jay applied, and the day that we had talked and agreed on making these people and these roles with these said positions is that night Lift Heavy had raided and hosted Gunny, a stream team member within the organization, with trolls in his chat. I think unknowingly, he was oblivious to, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't think he knew to the extent of
the trolls.
Yes, because they were just getting started in his chat and in his stream, and at the point that they were starting to come alive, so to speak, in his stream was at the 5.5-ish hour mark. So he was ready to quit and ready to move on. So the extent of what kind of trollish behaviors they would go to, I think, was unknown. That part was unknown to him. He knew that they were there, but at the time and at that part of his stream, they weren't that active. There was very little, if any, like seriously damaging trollish behavior, just weird account names popping in at him. So the level of their trollish behavior was unknown to him.
So we took that into account, but in looking for people for the community developer position, few things that had bothered admin was that he would, simple rules like posting certain things in content share. Stop posting pictures in general, people. Stop it. Stop posting links in general. We have a content share. General has a lot of other people trying to talk about a lot of other stuff, and we keep a lot of bots and a lot of stuff away from there, and we try to keep everything organized so that you don't have to go through all the bullshit. If you're looking for content, if you're looking for this, if you're looking for that, and it's just those simple activity things like I need you to know your way around Discord. I need you to tell these people that they're posting in the wrong areas. I need you to not post in the wrong areas. I need you to represent Omnia just as well as all the other admin or mods doing what they're supposed to be doing. We have multiple mods on there that are on at different times, and we need to promote more and get more people in there, but it's a little discerning when we want to promote this individual. We want active individuals. He says all this, and then activity drops off. We worry about whether or not the consistency of being an admin will be there. And then I need people. I need people to work beneath me and to help me do things to keep this ball rolling. Gunny needs people.
Teraflops, I'm going to kick you squaw in the... Ooh, don't you, everyone, you jerk.
And I really want Lift to be a community developer and an active part within the community, and he's more than willing to stream on the Omnia channel to help further this channel and get it, on that partnering level. He's brought in Castor Troy, he's brought in Shamik, he's brought in good people that have helped create Omnia, but with everything that happened last week and the steps of events, we just kind of cooled our jets, to let emotions die down, and 3 or 4, 5, 6 different things popped in from that point to this point. Every time Lyft has messaged me, I've messaged him back saying, hey, sorry, this is what's going on, this is what's going on. Hey, there's a lot of other crap going on, and then just trying to give it time to cool down. But that's all in a nutshell. We are very open community, and we want to be able to talk and address with all these things with all of its members. But and I messaged him. And I mean, he could be in here too. He could be asking these questions too. I mean, he could be listening very well too. I don't know if he is or not, that in itself is what
that
drives.
in itself is another part of it, Kai, is the fact that here we are, we're doing this thing, and we have 90-something% of
Omnian
streamers in here, and the past 4 broadcasts have been while he is choosing to stream. So
admin staff mods, they put Omnia before themselves. D-Rooks is always posting all the community updates. Gunny is always looking for people, finding contacts, finding new bots, finding new communities to work with, finding new avenues. Foxman's developing more on the website, adding this, talking about partnerships and how to work with third-party companies, and everyone's doing more for Omnia than they are doing for themselves. And I need someone who's going to do more for Omnia than themselves. We reached out to an individual that we thought would do more for Omnia than themselves 3 or 4 times now since the start of Omnia, and they have taken everything that we have showed them that we wanted to do and ran off and made their own community. Not going to drop any names, but and that hurts our community. That hurts our image, and these people are not invested in the long run for Omnia, so I don't take things lightly. If you seem kind of flaky, now, I've known Lift Heavy for a very long time. Great guy. He had some personal issues. It was hard to get a hold of him. I still haven't been able to get in a one-on-one conversation because he's either streaming or I'm streaming and schedule's messed up. I stop all my stuff to try to reschedule for everyone else. I need someone to work with me a little bit on their end if they're willing or wanting to do something else. I have people I have graphics designers that I meet with on a weekly basis. Oh, I want to help you out. I want to do this. I have video editors. I have community developers. I have gamers. I have tournament hosters that are asking, to just use Omnia as a representation because of how big we are to start off tournament hosting within here. I have people who are wanting to do Fortnite stuff. I have all these people that come to me, call me, message me, and show up in stream, show up in my stream, show up in the Omnia stream, show up in Discord, message me. And when I'm reaching out to certain individuals for so much, and then all this crap just happens, I lose interest. You got to show me that you're interested with all these other people, 280 other people, almost 300 people that are interested in Omnia and helping Omnia as a brand. You got to put Omnia ahead of yourself a little while. You got to do what you guys are doing. Kai, you're here. Dope, you're here. Blue Jay, you're here. Slow, Terraflop, Imposter. Like, come on. I'd rather pick you guys. People who are here, active, engaging, a part of it. And that's the issue. So instead of just outright being like, no, which admin have voted on and been like, nope, I chose to give it some time, see what he does, see what happens. Let's try to schedule a time to talk. Let's see the level of importance and then move on from there. I need people. We need people. But we need people who are going to think about Omnia first. Because I'm tired of retraining and training people up and people dipping out and this and that. And like, come on. It's a lot of work, people. A lot of work.
For me, you kind of touched on something that is upsetting for me. One of the things that I do and have tried to do to the best of my abilities is to support those that support me. And what I mean by that is I can use about half of the list that's in there right now. Blue Jay, Killer Dream, Slow Reflexes, Domestic Kitty, Terraflop, Dope Mellow are people just at what's showing in the current window that have come into my channel and been there. So that in itself is supporting me. Now, some have done more than others. Slow Reflexes and Killer Dreams, they have been there. Terraflop Games didn't used to be Terraflop Games, but have been there for a long time. To support them in the best manner that I can support them, whether it be bits in their channel, whether it be trying to help them grow, whatever it is to assist them for their next level is important to me. To do that for someone and to fight for someone and to argue a case for someone and then have them turn around and replicate what we've done and developed here in our community somewhere else really fucking hurts. And it hurts on a personal level, but it also hurts in the fact that why did I fight for you? Why did I help you? Why did I do the things that I did to have you do that? Because me as a person, I would not do that. So the best thing for me for the longest time has been to just be quiet. But I don't know. From my perspective, you got to give. I was up until 3 o'clock this morning, up at 7 again. So what have you done for me lately? Has kind of been the thing that in the Marine Corps has always been there. Yeah, Killer Dreams knows. What have you done? What have you done for me? And you have to ask yourself, you're going to have those opportunities and those chances to do this or to do that. And you got to be ready to answer the call.
Coming in hot with the host. Thank you. Yeah, you do. And it's a sad thing to say. It's almost, it feels almost, because the type of person that we are, it feels bad. Like, what have you done for me lately? What have you done? What have you done? And when we ask that question is, all right, what have you done for Omnia? Applications roll in and stuff, and when looking for members.
Sorry, if you've sent an application lately, I've been very busy. I apologize.
We have two, Marred Chaos and Amazing Anna, both applied.
Very well. If they're watching, I'm sorry. I will get to you. I got you. I will get to you. You don't go nowhere.
And it's not the sense as, oh, you got to be doing shit. No, it's those actions speak louder than words, and they prove why you're here, your character, and whether you'll be here for the long run. And we take that into consideration through the entire time that we know and or met said individuals. And some people have done more, and you guys don't even know it. Blue Jay consistently brings in new people, consistently helps brighten up chat and Discord, consistently supports all Omnia members, consistently manually retweets shit, tweets out. When she pops into stream, she shares the stream consistently. You know? How often do you pop into Blue Jay stream? How often do you support her? I know I see her all the fucking time. So when that application came in to be a moderator or to just do more, she just wanted to do more. Didn't even ask for something specific. Like, fuck yeah, you are always around. Let me just give you this role, let you know what you need to do, and bingo. And there's other people that you ask the same question, and it's just like, okay, got this, and this, good. This, and this, bad.
Cricket.
You got this,
Cricket.
or we got, all right, cool, you want to do shit, but where the fuck have you been? You know, is everything good? Can you? Is it, hold on. And I'm not saying we're going to need personnel. We're not talking about Lyft or anything. And we got a lot of applications that were just like, are you, what? Who are you? Where'd you come from? And it's building that Omnia face. When people think of Omnia, they think of the people that they interact with. You probably think Foxman, Helmet, Gunny, Hellboy. Too Scared's been a part of that face in Discord and representing Blue Jay, you know. Matt Kai, person who's done our logo, all these individuals who make up Omnia and that are active and you see that represent Omnia. Are you one of those people? And that's what we think about when selecting admin and community developers. And it's not something that we're like, oh, you want to do something? Here's a role. Like, no. Usually we're fucking arguing 3-4 hours. It's me or Gunny arguing with Foxman chiming in, Saint chiming in. With, you know, it's that's usually what it is. And then we have to walk away from it. So, but that's that in a nutshell. You guys are wondering what the hell's going on the admin side. That's a whole lot of arguing.
About a lot of arguing.
Oh my god. Thank God we can think objectively and take into each other's point of views. Otherwise, we'd be absolutely fucking nowhere.
Where you going? Nowhere.
We'd still be in the damn other chat arguing about
Soft
what
launch?
the fuck we're gonna do.
I mean, was it addressed in chat, Foxman?
Mm-hmm.
What was said in chat?
Sugar.
Sugarbits. Thank you.
So the other event that took place that some people in chat might want to know to be open. Now this was posted in general. I'm not going to post any names yet, or don't need to. A previous member of Omnia, posted a VOD that was against both the code of conduct and the terms of service of Omnia, as well as Twitch. So we took repercussion actions against it.
Yeah, and I think we touched in on that. If you guys are smart enough to understand tact, having a point and working within the confines of your rules. Not saying that your opinion was wrong. We all know. I'm not saying that you were right. I agree and disagree with a lot of people, but when it boils down to it's what ground do you have to stand on based of how you presented yourself, and you could have been better at presenting yourself, but and I think that individual knows that, and it's a little bit more of the acting in the moment and being enraged with, you know, the emotion and the topic at hand. It really is. But tact people, you know, Omnia has to abide by Twitch TOS.
Yep.
We have our own TOS and our own code of conduct.
If our end goal is to become a partnered stream team, the Omnia channel being a partnered stream channel, those that are within the confines of the Omnia streaming community, the streamers, have to abide by and represent Omnia the way that each and every one of us operates and conducts ourselves in our streams. So to put out a controversial statement, vodcast, whatever it may be, content of any kind that is against those things, we have to protect ourselves and the hard work that we've put forth in creating Omnia. So while it may feel like it's personal or that there are these issues that it had nothing to do with person or our views or any of that, but the fact that we are protecting us as a family and as a community from being not approved for partnership due to a past broadcast, because they can do that for a past content that was associated to us or with us. So there was no personal from the I'll speak for the staff. There was no personal vendetta. There was no personal issues on that.
No.
But it was more of a, we have to protect what we've worked so hard to do.
Yeah. If my message read out as is, "Aw, damn, dude, why'd you do that?" I understand your point, but it's not. I hate to see you go this way. It sucks. Sorry, man. And that's the way it is. It's just it's almost like, well, it's kind of business. It is kind of business, but at the same time, you know, it was violating TOS, point blank. And there was no gray area in there. There wasn't any argument. There wasn't, you know. And this has happened with remember, previous organization, we had an issue with a streamer who had a problem controlling their tongue and bursting out with it. I don't know if he's in here or not, even knows what I'm talking about, but dropping some bombs and saying some stuff, and then ultimately right after saying, "Hey, I don't give a crap. This is my channel, blah, 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 blah." Well, that person didn't know that there were people who were offended in his channel watching that took it upon themselves, and thank God they didn't report his actual channel, but took it upon themselves to clip, timestamp, email, courtesy copy, forward, all admin and management to let them know that this said streamer is saying and doing this stuff while representing this organization or community. At that point, like, our hands are tied. You violate TOS, I can't argue for you, bro. And especially if someone else is coming to me like, look what he's saying and doing. That means other people have seen what you've said and done, and I can't fucking help. Though I may want to, I can't help you. and it's good to know. You know, it affects us too. We're friends, we're family, and I hate to see someone go like that flippantly. But yeah, that was that issue. Tagged people, step away. Go grab a sandwich, take a piss.
That being said, we've been live for a while. Let's move into those clips. I want to see some clip beats.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of clips this week. Saint was pretty upset. There's a lull in content from people who post Twitch clips. I mean, we're
busy. I'm sorry.
We get a lot of
Saint Anarchy. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
I had to do this thing.
It's Hellboy's fault.
You're fired.
So I mean,
him.
And you're fired too.
Me?
Clips, people.
Oh, you're all fired.
Yes. Fuck some sleep.
Yeah, know where the line is, Dope Melon. Definitely know where 50 plus people saw mine. Yeah, they did.
You're just fired.
Yeah. So, people, come on, Twitch clips, get them in there.
But before y'all do the clips, there's two questions.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Drop Mellow wanted to know when the next Monday meeting was going to be.
It's dope mellow.
Dope
I
mellow.
made that mistake once too.
Drop. I don't care.
We were supposed to have this the meeting normal last week.
Tomorrow.
But I was just hanging out in the bar, right, typing knowledge base, and no one showed up. So tomorrow, Gunny won't be there because it'll be too early.
I got you, dope.
Up
But-
down.
time
I
is
don't
it?
care. That's
What
all that
time
matters.
is it?
11 CST.
And then the last question is from me to Gunny. How much longer till you could come back to America?
Okay, so for those that don't know, I retired this summer. April timeframe is when I will be losing all of my equipment.
You're gonna-
Sometime in the first couple of weeks of April, I will lose my equipment. It's getting packed up, it's getting put in boxes, and those boxes put in boxes, and that's about the time frame that will happen. I will not gain my equipment or get my equipment back until about 3 months from the time that it gets packed up and boxed up and pushed away. Did he move from Okinawa? Killer James, come on. So it'll be approximately 3 months. I'm looking at July, August time frame and getting my stuff there.
Will we be seeing any of you in the meantime, or in between, or on Discord, or?
Yes. So I will have my phone. And this is kind of a projection of what could happen. And me kind of seeing how it works for us. So I'll have my phone up until a couple of weeks before we fly out in April, late April. During that time frame, I'll be doing multiple things. When they do a backup, I said it. When they do the backup, I will be doing an IRL or some sort of an IRL to kind of show the people and those that are loyal fans of my channel, hey, this is the part of the military that we have all been accustomed to. However, you may have never seen it. And see the box ninjas come in and box my stuff up. I say box ninjas because they can make a box for anything. I'll do a couple IRLs. I'll probably try to do an IRL back to the States. The problem is at some point I will lose connectivity with my phone for a said number of days, and it will take a bit of time before I get connectivity back. So I'll try to be pushing some sort of content, not only to my channel, but also trying to stay as active as I can without having a computer.
Nice. And I mean, with the mobile apps and hotspots and all that shit, I'm sure I'll see you here or there. And as soon as you land in the States, I'm sure you'll do an IRL just to pop in. I'll be checking out, see if you have any past broadcasts. Keep us informed in your timeline. Greatly appreciated. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Nah, I think Fox answered the questions right when they were coming in, so I can't do much.
I'm sorry. I was trying because I didn't want people to think we were ignoring chat still because they were complaining about it, but we weren't. We were watching it.
What up, Chaos Gaming?
Their opinion is not my concern.
Everyone, your friendly neighborhood or lack thereof, same anarchy.
All right, so the Twitch clips of the week. Let's see what we got. What the fuck? Oh, D-Rooks clipped this.
Oh, wait, clip. What'd you do? Please tell me you die before you hit the ground.
Where we going?
Well, it's better with the music, but he's listening to Katy Perry right now, and
You guys don't hear it?
no,
No.
we can't hear it.
Let me turn that. I don't know if I could turn that up. We'll go to the next clip. Gunny, what is this clip about?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a good clip, and it's funny for those of you that watch. But I am. Wait a minute. I don't know.
This was posted in Twitch clips.
Yeah, this is posted. I was like, it's the only one that you posted. I was like,
It's showing his wall hack where he can see the guy coming in.
That's Boom TV. No, that's teraflops. Oh, this
Yeah,
one was
that's
good. This was
teraflops.
DM'd to me.
no, it was in the Twitch clips.
This one was also DM'd.
This
to me.
was that was put into the. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, this was DM to you. M Speed's being a dick. So, we drop him. That isn't even the good one. And
Wait
they let
for
him
it.
come back.
Yep. No,
They let him
he
come
I
back.
was just,
and he
I was
killed
just
you.
because it killed you.
Yeah. So this is the one that I thought you was because they let him come back. I thought he was dead.
hmm
My gear is very, 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 very underrated gear. Because I'm a noob on the PS4 platform. So I have crap gear and he has superior gear. And that part isn't talked about in the chat. So me hiding, there's a reason why I'm hiding. It's like throwing a soldier into combat without any flak jacket or Kevlar, let alone a flak jacket and Kevlar without sappy plates.
Oops.
Yeah, I was no shit in there. Like I had a
Paper.
t-shirt. Yeah, I had a t-shirt on in a combat. He was shooting at me, like asshole.
Oh yeah, no, Kai, I have a lot of clips from you that you DM'd me that Saint can't go through because he goes through Twitch clips in Discord and then selects them. So please post them in Twitch clips. But
Yeah,
I will be
check-
using your Fortnite clips for the montage. I need a couple other streamers to post some stuff though.
Yeah, if it's not in Twitch clips, it's not going on in here.
Yep. Next one.
Because Saint said so.
Yes.
I
said so.
Yep, exactly.
Shh.
Can't get me now, can you? Can't get me now, can you?
Exactly.
Can't get me now, can you? Because I'm on fucking fire every goddamn where. You a straight up dick bag. That's alright. Yeah. Oh, he did.
Again, really? He drops. He's dropping
How
group.
about that, House World Talents? How about that?
House World Talents. How about that, you fucking dickbag? I love that one.
In a fucking turret and then just run around.
And last one, D Rooks. Going heavy with the bar and COD 2. See you streaming more World War
We
II.
don't even have a fucking home phone. We have a home phone number.
See those with competent gear don't get dropped like I did.
Aw.
I do the triple play shit. But we don't even have
Oh,
a
okay.
fucking
That guy
home
would just
phone
get.
number.
Did you just get a double through that second guy?
Yeah, he did.
What the hell?
Yeah, you did.
He did. Right.
Is it
through him.
because he just spawned in there, or
The guy ran around the corner and didn't know that he was shooting direct line of sight in front of another dude, and he tripled up. Pretty cool. All right, let's run the poll, people. Which clip is clip of the week? Remember, get your
slow reflexes? Any clip.
any clip. How about some H1 clips? If Twitch clips slow, post them in Twitch clips.
Vote for no video. Can I vote for no video?
What was the
Technically,
audio
yes.
on my clip?
You calling you raging against M Speed. If people could hear it, I don't know why they can't. The desktop audio is up all the way. It's probably on the actual browser source itself. But if they could hear how pissed you are. Clip 4. I was writing out his name. Can I do no clip? We do no clip?
What's the question, Dope?
What's your question? God.
Go ahead. Just do it. Do it. Do it.
I know who wins. I'm pretty sure they already answered that question several times.
How do the three of you have video in the same stream? Okay, the three of us have video in the same stream by video call. These two knuckleheads are in a Skype call that I pull window. I pull window capture and then I resize it. So it's the same window, but just resized 2 different ways to show only his face and only his face. Audio is all within Discord, so it's all synonymous. And because Skype is pretty good, it syncs up pretty well. There are other programs out there like VC and Conference Caller and shit like that. We will be beta testing a multi-streaming platform so that people who play games with each other like Fortnite, Destiny, Division,
NX,
you can stream both of your streams to one stream or to multiple streams. So if I go to Hellboy's channel, I can watch both Foxman and Hellboy's stream in one channel while they play duos, and you can click and go back and forth, and it's all one chat. So we're going to be testing that out on the org channel with PUBG and Division and shit like that with Gunny and Foxman, and we'll be putting that out there. But Skype call, there's VC, there's all kinds of other stuff, but we're going to be beta testing this platform, and then we're going to put it out to you guys once we have some graphics to utilize on it, so you guys aren't running their brand graphics, and you can run Omnia or your own, because it does require a special template. But that's that. Thank you everyone for showing up. Awesome.
Wait, don't you want to know who wins the?
Oh yeah, who won?
Damn.
M Speed, come on, M Speed.
D Rooks.
D Rooks.
D Rooks.
D Rooks. In with the cod.
I do the triple play shit. But we don't even have a fucking home phone. We have a home phone number.